And we are back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to bring you 3 legend attacks. I'm going to go over, try to tell you what was going on in my mind, why I started in certain areas, why I didn't start in other areas, see what worked, see what didn't work, and that's it. So let's get into it. Sit back, buckle up, stay tuned, and enjoy the show. Okay, so for the first base we're going to show, it's I don't know if you want to call this easy, you want to call this difficult, but if you go with all the rules, quote unquote rules that I laid down for hybrid, this should be a very easy base. And let's analyze why this base is so easy. Well, first of all, the 2 things that you have to go for, that you have to look for, are right here on this side of the base. So I know I'm going to be taking care of that stuff. We talked about another thing is that look at all of this stuff over here. Look at all of this stuff over here. You do not want to take on all this at the same time, which means even though I have the 2 things that I need are right over here, because they're right behind it are all that firepower, the expos and the slammers, I cannot come up with my queen this way. So we talked about what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try to take these bases on one at a time, which means I want to come with my queen like this. And if you notice how my queen is going to be coming into this base, she's really only taking on like a couple of little defenses one at a time. I got this, I got this, I got this. Once she steps in, I've already dealt with the CC. So as she goes in, she's not going to be taking care of too many things all at once. Don't give your queen too much to handle at one time. Let's look at the other side. Because if I know that my queen's going in here, then that means either one of 2 things. It means either that my king and siege barracks are going in here and my hybrid's going this way, or it means that my queen is coming in here, my siege and king is coming in here, and my hybrid's coming in this way. So now let's look at the next thing on this base. Well, I see that this area over here is something that my king and my P.E.K.K.A. could take care of. It just really point defenses until they would get down to here, the single target. So this is a perfect spot for my king and my siege barracks to go in. Now let's look at the other thing over here. Look at this over here. This is going to determine your pathing for your miners. This is going to create the pathing for the miners. If I would drop my miners all like this behind here, some would go this way and some would go this way. Okay, so you don't want that to happen. You want them to stick together in a tight group to try and take care of that stuff. Remember, make the funnels and you'll get the triples. So what do I have to do? I have to make sure that this goes down over here if I want to release my hybrid like this, which is what I want to do. I want my hybrid to go in like this and to swoop into this base and to help out the queen when she's dealing with all that stuff. So I told you what the plan was. Let's get it going on out there. Let's put it in double speed because we've already talked about this attack, and now you'll just see the attack in work. Right now, I am looking at it. Try and look at the base. Take the couple of seconds. Look at the base. I'm telling you, it's going to help you out in the long run. You won't get as many flowers as you will get triples. I guarantee you. Okay, so the queen is moving in again. Notice that she's looking at one defense at a time. CC's already out. Poison spell's down. Once that CC comes out, start getting your second stage in. Start getting your king. Start getting your siege barracks in. Start creating that funnel that you want to get. Right now, I don't really have a funnel going. Again, I want to try and take out this stuff over here, so this way I'm funneling my miners directly into this base. Waiting. So I put my miners on that side. It was taking too long, and I put my piggies in on that side, and then they all go into this base, getting that triple, getting everything done. So now when my queen is coming around, she's not having to deal with all those troops in the core. I got the miners and piggies moving in. Royal Champ is moving in with the queen, and she's dealing with all those defenses on that side. And that's going to be it. Let's quadruple speed this and move on to the next one. There it is. Get that triple, Queenie Queen. Get that triple, and let's see that army comp. There it is. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here is the next base. Let me try and explain again what was going through my mind, where I came in on this base. Well, we talked about a lot of things, but let's just review. You got the CC, you got the Eagle. Okay, the CC, let's look at the radius of the CC. So the CC radius is coming all the way out like this. That's the CC radius. So I want to get the eagle, which means I want to either get my troops, I want to either get my queen into this compartment so I can get the eagle, or I want to get her into this compartment. But either way, in order to get the eagle, I'm going to be charging in through this way. Okay, so now that we know where we're charging, let's talk about step number 2. We know we're going to be coming in this way, which means that my king and siege barracks are either going to be going this way, and then my hybrid's going to be coming in this way, or plan number 2 is we put the hybrid in, we put the king and siege barracks on this side, and that comes in this way, and then the hybrid goes in this way. Now, there's another thing that we talked about. We talked about the infernos, which ones are easy for the queen and which ones are not easy for the queen, and vice versa, which ones are easy for the hybrid and which ones are not easy for the hybrid. So we said that the ones that are easy for the queen to deal with is the multi. The ones that are difficult to deal with are the singles. So those are the ones I want my miners to take care of. But as you can see, this base is set up perfectly for a hybrid because I want to come in this way. So I'm going to be dealing with a multi with my queen, and then the 2 singles my hybrid will deal with. So we've talked enough. Let's press that play button in double speed and watch how the attack folded out. If something happens, I will pause it or try and point it out in the middle of an attack. I think there was a nice wall break on this one. Using that time, watching. Let's talk again here for a second. If I want to go in here, so what I want to do is, I started my queen over here. Notice where I started my queen. She took care of this one first and this one second. So I want to put my funneling troops over here, because this way, while the baby D is taking care of this, my queen will take care of this, and then she'll go on to this, and then I can get the wall break. I think I'm going to put down a giant over here as well to make the secondary funnel. So let's play it out and watch how it develops. But there's the first funnel is made. There's the secondary funnel is made. Now there's nowhere to go for my queen except for inside this base. I use the rage, use the freeze to get through. Now here comes the secondary wall break. You gotta make sure you're waiting until that multi goes down unless you want to invest another one. But I wanted to use I knew that the queen and the CC and the eagles and the scattershot were all over there, so I wanted to try and save my freeze. But now look what's going on here. I know that my queen is stepping up inside here, so I get the hybrid coming in through this way. Siege barracks was on this side. Get that funnel moving through. Everything is moving through properly. Then it's just a matter of dropping those spells and using that warden ability where you need to use the warden ability. And so let's get this into a quadruple speed and see that triple, see that army comp, and let's move on to the last replay. Silly guy with 2 troll Teslas on his base. Almost ruined me. There's the triple. There is the army comp. Let's go over to the last replay. Okay, so here is the last base. On this one, I'm going to show you what the plan was. I'm going to tell you why the plan was like that. I'm going to then explain to you what went wrong in my plan and why it went wrong and what I did to adjust it. So let's talk about it. Again, we have a base. We have the CC and we have the eagle that's right there. So I want to be coming up this base like this. So let's talk about how I had to create the funnel in order to do that. Well, I knew that I wanted to get my queen in at the latest over here. This is where I wanted to get my queen in. Why do I say that that's the latest? Because if I don't get my queen in over there and I start getting her and I get her in over here, that means that my healers are going to then be targeted by the AD, and that's a no-no. You want your queen to live if possible. If she doesn't live and the healers switch over to the hybrid, sometimes it works out very well. But ideally, you want your queen to live. Now, I wanted to get that eagle, which means I had to at least get into this. I had to at least get a wall break here and a wall break here. So I thought that I could pretty much get that. The third wall break was a little more difficult because of the scatter shots. Because of that scatter shot over there, the third wall break was a little bit more difficult. But that wasn't my issue. My issue was Well, let's talk about the plan, and then you'll see during the attack. Now, if my queen is coming up this way, okay, my queen is coming up this way. Again, that means that my choice of laying that hybrid down are, again, queen's coming in this way. My choice of laying the hybrid down is either over here with my troops going in this way, or the other way is if my queen's coming in this way, then laying down the hybrid over here and having my troops go in this way. So I wanted to do plan number 2. This is what I wanted to do. Now, why did I want to do that? Because I assumed that if my queen was if I was gonna get that third layer wall break, and I was gonna get my queen into this section, then really the only difficult thing, the only thing that was gonna cause me to fail this attack was going to be this single over here. Now, we talked about in other videos that dealing with one single should be easy. You should be able to deal with one single. If you're queen walking, you gotta have the confidence to be able to deal with one single. Now, that's great. I could do that. I'm confident that I could do that. I'm not confident that I can go up against 2 singles in one raid. So, being that that's the case, I knew that if I wanted to get my queen in here, that I wanted to get my siege barracks down over here, my king and my siege barracks down over here, and I wanted to hybrid through here to protect my queen from that single. Now let's press the play button, and you'll see where my screw up was, and I'll talk about during the attack why I adjusted. So let's hit that play button. Again, very proud of myself. I am using that extra time to actually look at the base. So I'm going to drop my queen down over here. I'm going to drop my baby D down over here, and that's going to clear away this funnel over here. I'm going to use my giant over here with 2 wizards to take out these 2 structures, and that's going to then create that funnel for my queen to go into the base. So now there's the wall break. There's the test wall breaker. There's the other wall breakers coming through. Now again, because I made that funnel, it allows my queen to, because she took out this, she's going to be going in straight. But now let's pause this for a second. I'm dealing right now with the CC troops, with the single, with the Eagle's not a big deal. And I wanted to get one more wall break. I had 3 more wall breakers, so I felt at this point in the raid that I was golden. Ain't nothing going to stop me now. But what happened? Where did I drop my wall breakers? Where did I press the button to drop my wall breakers? Let's talk about that. A little bit of insight into wall breaking. If I did it over here, which is the place that you would think is the best place to do it because I want my wall breakers to go straight, that's my problem. That's what I did, and that's what screwed me up. Now, why don't the wall breakers go straight where I wanted them to go? Well, the reason is because if you notice over here, there's a wall piece over here that has a structure inside of it that's closer to the wall breakers than this one over here. If I would have dropped my wall breakers over here, then they probably would have gone this way. They might have broken that wall. But that's why I could not get the 3rd wall breaker. And what did I do to fix it? Well, once I knew I wasn't getting the wall breaker, then I had to see which way the queen was going. And then if the queen would go up towards 9 o'clock, I would still stick with my same plan. But if the queen goes towards 3 o'clock, then I'm going to drop my siege barracks over there. So let's watch that queen and watch what she does. Let's watch it in double speed now. She's dealing with the CC, dealing with the single, dealing with all kinds of stuff over there. But she does get through, and I thought I would get that wall break, but they went the wrong way. Actually, I see they didn't even go towards that wall. They went towards that, what do you call it? So at that point, I knew my queen was coming around, so I just wanted to protect those healers from the scatter shot and get them moving through and keep them moving around and use those spells in the best place. But as you can see, the funnel was created. I had my troops going through. I had my troops going through this way, and then my siege barracks piggies are coming around that way, and they're all going to meet up at the back end and finish off this base. So there is your triple. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, hit that sub button. Turn on notifications for daily Clash of Clans content. And leave me a comment. Leave me a comment down below. I am going to start doing another type of video, which is going to be going through some fails. Somebody left me a comment. Love it when people leave comments. Somebody left me a comment and asked me if I can please show some fails, because the truth of the matter is that you should be going over your fails, because you'll be able to learn a lot more from your fails than you will from your successes. But again, that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for hanging out till the end. And until the next video, have a super great day.